Alrighty, this is JD, and for the camera up there, if you could pronounce your first and last name for me.
Bernardo Neto.
Perfect. I have you down for 7 laps here in the Ferrari F12. That sounds correct?
Sounds great.
Good, just confirming. Now, just a few things here before we get you rolling on the racetrack. The mirrors are going to be set up for me out there. That means I'm going to take care of everything else that's going on around us. In the door, there's a little pocket, and that's going to be pretty secure. That'll be the best place for them. Since the mirrors are set up for me, just kind of keep those eyes up, scan the road. Your eyes will guide you around the racetrack. I'll keep you updated on traffic behind us. If we come up behind another car, just wait until they give us the 4-way flashers. Once we have those hazard lights, I'll let you know where to pass them and which side of the track to go by on. Very fun car to drive, but it is more of a grand touring car. It does have about 740 horsepower, but again, it's just rear-wheel drive. But it is a little bit on the heavier side. We're sitting a little bit higher up than some of the other Ferraris. Still very well balanced. It still has a lot of grip. It's a very responsive car. It turns in very quickly, just nice and smooth on the steering. No sudden jerks or movements. The car will definitely react to those. And because of the torque that the V12 puts out, just nice and smooth throttle application. The throttle response is very crisp. As soon as you start to get on the throttle, you're going to have that responsiveness and that power there. You are going to feel a little bit more weight transfer kind of moving through the car as you're going around the racetrack. So again, just nice and smooth to keep the car balanced and stable. Because of the extra weight, we do want to be nice and firm on the brake pressure initially. Focus on slowing the car down before you turn in, and as you go to turn in, just nice and gently release off your brake pressure. That's going to balance all the weight throughout the car. You already got the paddle shifters. Right is upshift, left over there is downshift. In this car, they don't move, but they are very large and easy to get a hold of. We're going to primarily use 3rd through 5th gear. And I will call the upshifts and the downshifts around the racetrack, but we want to rev it up to about 7, 5, 8 or so before we do those upshifts. Other than that, just kind of get comfortable with the handling and the feel of the car, and just each lap gradually build up the pace. Questions for me before we head on out?
It's going to display the gear that I'm in.
Yeah, it's down here in the bottom corner.
Okay, got it.
If I could have you turn the wheel left 1 full turn to straighten us out. Right there is good. Pressing down on the brake pedal.
Yep.
And then upshift to 1st gear. Voila. And we're going to head forward and make a U-turn out to the left. Brake it left here. We'll stop at the stop sign. And next to the blue cones. We'll stop here. We're going to wait for 1 car to sneak by, so just hang tight. After the yellow Italia goes by, gentle on throttle, head straight out. You're all set. We're going to upshift and follow this out and around to the left. We'll upshift again and head straight across the racetrack. Very good. This is going to lead us out and around to the right onto the straightaway here. And start feeding that throttle down the straightaway. We just want to keep left as quickly as you would like. Very well. All the way down to the orange cones, and at the orange we're going to brake and downshift. Go ahead and start easing off the brake pressure, and no more turning into the bottom of the racetrack. Exit cone is up top. Squeeze your throttle up to it, and same thing, fast as you would like to the orange. We're going to brake firm, downshift twice. There you go, ease off the brakes. Carry the momentum through the turn. We want to work our way back to the right of the racetrack. It is a little blind, so get the eyes up and across, looking through the turn, and use all the racetrack down the hill. Good. Stay in this gear, downshift, release off your brake pressure, and carry your momentum up to the apex. Down to the right some more, and then feed that throttle on exit. There you go, work your way back right. Start turning in, pick up your throttle straight across the racetrack. Little bit of brake and downshift. Look at the end of the straightaway, start straightening out that steering wheel and squeeze that throttle. You can rev the car up a little bit higher before you upshift. We're just short shifting the car a bit. Brake firm, downshift twice. Good. Release off your brake pressure down to the apex and gradually accelerating your way up to full throttle. Good. Stay in this gear. Keep left. So we're looking a little low. That's why we're losing our place on the racetrack. Got to look further ahead, look through the turns. Back to the right. And just a little bit of throttle up to the apex just to maintain the speed, and then down the hill, accelerate. Ease off your brake pressure. No more. Long right. Nice and patient for the apex, and then gradually accelerate on exit. Very well. Back to the right. Just let off to rotate and throttle across nice and smooth. Bit of brake here and ease off. Good. Smooth on throttle on exit. You're good. How we doing?
Awesome.
Good. Perfect. Hard on those brakes, downshift, go past the turn-in cone and ease off that brake pressure. Good. Using all the track up to the top of the racetrack here. Good. Firm on brakes and downshift. I like to cut the inside stripes here. It opens up the line a little bit more. There you go. Nice and smooth on those hands. Still a very responsive car. Feed the throttle down the racetrack here. Keep on it. And now just a little brake and release off your brake pressure. Good. And nice and smooth on throttle. Quick touch on the brake to rotate, then throttle across. Firm on brakes and ease off. You like the car so far?
Oh shit, it's awesome.
Good.
It's amazing.
Awesome. Woo! Perfect. Full throttle to the orange. Hard on brakes, downshift. Went downshift again. Good. Get those eyes up to the end of the short chute here and squeeze your way up to full throttle. Brake firm. Downshifted a little early. Gotta wait after you brake to downshift. Feed the throttle back to the right. Nice and easy up to the apex here. A little bit of throttle down the hill, accelerate out. Keep on it. And now start braking. There you go. Ease off that brake pressure. No more. Just a little bit of throttle and then feed that throttle on exit. Good. Turn in. Little bit of brake and downshift. I have a ride-along car behind us, so just stay right for me here. Little throttle. They're going to pass on the left real quick and go for it. Full throttle out. That's one of our guys there. Apologies. Up again. Now brake hard. Downshift. Good. And turning in down the racetrack.
Let's follow him.
Yes, sir. He's going to have a good line. Firm on those brakes. Downshift. Down again. There you go. You're good.
Ooh.
Throttle out. Carrying your momentum to the apex here and then feed throttle down the hill. Good. More. And now brake. Awesome. Keep turning into the apex. Don't follow them now. They're off the racetrack. And squeeze. There you go. Back to the right. Let off throttle. And then pick up throttle. Smooth. So a little too much. Downshift. And straighten out that steering wheel. So got to be in a straight line through that chicane and smooth on throttle. Upshift. Up again. Hard on those brakes. Downshift. Look down to your apex. Closing in behind the Ferrari here. Use all the track up top. Firm on brakes. Downshift. Ease off your brake pressure. Get a little closer. We want to get those flashers from them. Now we're going to pass left over the hill. Eyes to apex. Rotate the car to it. There you go. And you're clear on exit. Just be smooth. There you go. Keeping this gear. Ease off your brake pressure. And feed that throttle on exit. Picking it up back to the right. Now just let off. Get her straight and smooth on throttle. There you go. Firm brake. Ease off. Look to the end of the straightaway. Straighten out out that steering wheel. Up.
It's awesome.
Up. There you go. Upshift again. Hard on those brakes. Downshifting. Start easing off the brake to carry your momentum. And then up to full throttle on exit. Nice and smooth. Good. Down and downshift again. Release off your brake. Start picking up your throttle. All set. Little bit of throttle to your apex, and then as you go down the hill, accelerate out. Good. Alrighty, that was our time on the racetrack. So we're going to duck off through those yellow cones here, and then follow this lane back in, and it'll be a tight left back into the pits. We had a good time.
Woo! That was awesome.
Good. Very nice. And just keep following this all the way back around to the very first row.
Wish I can drive this to work.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun car to drive. I like it.
You gotta go around and right. Oh, yeah.
Up to the front, yep, and then we'll go down to the right, and very first pit stall all the way down on the end. Good, good. And then hard right into the spot here. Right there's all right. Just turn the wheel all the way right for me. All the way right, and pull back on both paddles for neutral and let off the brake for me. Car may roll, but no worries. Very cool. What do we think? How was it?
That was incredible.
Perfect.
That was good.
Well, very nice.
Definitely have to get used to getting out of the turn. Accelerate too hard, the car shakes.
Yes, yeah, and you're feeling that because of the weight too. It does twitch a little bit, especially with the elevation changes and stuff that we have. But overall, looking pretty good. You got faster and faster with each lap, which is good. Towards the end, starting to get a good feel of the car. Any questions for me?
No, that was amazing. Thank you so much. What's your name again?
You're welcome, JD.
Thank you, JD.
You're welcome. I'll go ahead and shut off the video, and then